Facebook. The keywords that authenticate God in life is miracles, signs, and wonders, because these are scriptures which we say God is a miracle working God. And his ways is above our ways, and his doing is above our doing. His thinking is above our thinking. Sometimes God can take us through thick and thin. And then from that problem, he will restore his glory upon us. Who knew that Gilbert Deya this time will be a free man when the case which was so much publicized in the whole entire world branded me as a worst criminal person in the whole entire world? I remember at that time, these people were in the head news almost a year, including me. Osama bin Laden lead the news over 1 year. And that was one of the things that put me among them. Saddam Hussein was the head news. And Michael Jackson. And myself and Hezbollah. So all those I am mentioning, we had the news almost a year. If it is not Osama bin Laden, will be Gilbert Deya. If it is not Saddam Hussein, will be Gilbert Deya. If it is not Hezbollah, will be Gilbert Deya. If it was not Michael Jackson, who was also trapped with the matter of hanging the baby, it will be Gilbert Deya. All those people are dead. Saddam Hussein, no more. Osama bin Laden, no more. Hezbollah, no more. Michael Jackson, no more. But Gilbert Deya, this publicity went longer, over 20 years. And again, mine was so worse because I went to United Kingdom voluntarily with my own money. And I never picked money from the people in Britain because I wanted to prove myself that I am genuine. I never bother offering, sometimes tithe. I was using my money from Kenya to support my vision to England, where I went without knowing anyone. And use all what God has put to my hand to build a historical vision in the United Kingdom. But when time comes, 2014, or 2004, despite what I have sacrificed, it was turned to me to branded the whole entire world as a child stealer, a child trafficker, a murderer, a killer, a drug seller. The first news was horrible. It was noted that I'm a murderer, I'm doing drugs, I'm collecting children in Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya, selling those people in Britain, and that was, they believed, had made money to make me own a jet and helicopter. And they exaggerated it that everybody was seeing me like an evil person. And they were categorizing me as Osama bin Laden, who was also branded as a terrorist. And again, I was made to be like Saddam Hussein. But because I believe that God is on my side, I never panic at all. I have no panic in my mind, and men and women, thank God for those who are there. If I mention all of you, Miriam Bendu, you are there from the beginning, and Some people come at the middle. Agnes Serura, you are there from the beginning. Sipora Pressa, you are there from the beginning. I think Nassim and Ada came at the middle. Mary Labu, you are there from the beginning. Robert was there from the beginning. Jesse and Paul was there from the beginning. And Carol and his wife came in the middle. Caroline and her husband came in the middle. I think Sandra Taylor, you are there in the beginning. Bishop Lucy Jallo, you are there in the beginning. So every news, every television, Christian TV, TBN, Premier Radio, all the news were labeled as me as a worst person in history. I remember in Ireland, they teach people, as they were teaching people, that I am an oracle of the devil, and it was a lesson going to the whole schools in Ireland. Nobody knew that this man that was branded bad news now is reaching the whole corner of the whole entire world. And they want to know, is this man was stealing children? They found it's known. So when the case court have already advertised me and branded me clean, now God's grace is moving the whole entire world. So God wanted them to hear that bad news. Now all the Islams are watching. Who is this person we show was a bad man? Now they are watching. Ladies and gentlemen, we have many watching us in India, in the all Arab country, in Kuwait, in Iraq. All of them are watching this program. No country have less than 500 people watching it. Can you see what meant to be negative that even I have no idea? Myself, I have no idea it will be turned to a blessing. So let me go back to David. David made a very foolish mistake, and he wasn't aware of that. Satan made him with the Israel. The Bible says Satan incited people, radicalized them, to be counted. And that was not from God. That was not from the angel. That was not from the divine. It's from Satan, because Satan wanted to destroy the kingdom of David, which became a genealogy of Jesus. Looking into that, Satan was destroying the future of where Jesus will come from, because it is a spirit. And he knew that when he had misled Eve and Adam, he finished the whole humanity. So Satan knew when he get into David and David make a mistake, David will be killed. Because that angel of the Lord had assured to come and clear everybody there. Then David was wise enough. And I believe that's the wisdom you want, and that's the wisdom I want. Because Satan is not going to be tired to test you and to mislead you. Satan do not do any evil. Don't think that. Satan has no power to make you do wrong. No. Satan has no power to control anybody on earth. You need to know that. Satan will mislead you, deceive you, and then you do a mistake by your own consent. Satan don't tell you to go and take somebody's wife. He will entice you. He make a suggestion for you to do it. And it's me, it's you who do what we decided, and we do it, and we know it is wrong. When somebody going to steal, stealing is forbidden. And you're going to steal because Satan will let you know, if you steal this, will help you on this and this. So he just suggests it for you in the spirit. You can't see Satan on your eyes, and you can't see the Holy Ghost with your eyes, and the battle is in the mind. Mind is the battleground that good and bad are fighting. In order for you to do something, it will come to your mind. Can I do this or can I not do this? Two things will appear to your mind. Don't do this one is wrong. And once the one say, don't do this one is wrong, it's a conviction advised by the Spirit of God. But if you let the one that make you do bad, now you fall unto Satan's hand. And he will use that of what you did, what he made you to do, to go and accuse you in God's kingdom and say, look, this one is not born again. Look, he has stolen. Look, he has taken somebody's husband. Look, he has already beaten that person. Look, he has already enticed sexually with somebody. All those things, you are the one doing it. I am the one doing it. Satan just suggesting for us to do. So, in this particular time, some other things comes because God allowed it to come in order to humble us and to teach us and to make us understand. You don't know the day I was arrested and I found myself in the cell when I was accused of rape. You don't know. I'm a person who was eating in a good table, eating with people. Rosie cooked the best food. I found myself in a cell alone. And they will open the door and drop food for you like that, like a dog. And that food is not tasty from my standard. And it's put in a throw-out basket. It's not even tasty. And then you stay here 24 hours without to see the sunshine. Nobody allowed to talk to you. It's a trauma. And sometimes you sit down and say, why this is happening to you? That was me. And then I create the songs from there. Do not keep silence on me, your child. Lord, I need you more and more each day. Cover me with your blood. Cover me with your mighty hand. That song came to me when I was in a cell. And the place is dark for me. I don't see any headway. Number one. Number two, I had already been alleged stealing children. Another piling incident, I was charged of being a pedophile. And any lawyer, any barrister go to them, they withdraw. They say, this one you can't make it. The first judge who looked me like a great evil person, if they read what I was charged for, that judge was very, very annoyed with me. He refused me bail. And when a criminal case, you ask bail once, you don't get it, so you do the case when in the prison. And my case lasted 1 year. So I was supposed to be in prison 1 year because this judge refused me bail. And I did something which has never happened. Somebody accused you, and you also accused her, and God gave me this wonderful barrister. The one was a Jew. I accused the lady that I also charged her, and she charged me. The system said, no, it never happened. But the lawyer said, the Jews, that is his right. If he has also a case with the lady, it's acceptable. So in this period, the wife of the judge who refused me the bail died abruptly without any sickness. And that judge went on leave. I want to see how God handled this. That judge went on leave to bury his wife, and the case was transferred to another judge. This judge was so much compassionate. He could see he will handle my matters nicely. He looked at the case and said, because Bishop Deya has put another case, so I am going to grant him a bail. And what do you think about that? My being in prison, the judge who had my case, his wife died. And he was removed from my case. And I got another one who now gave me the bail. If I could do that case, when I was in the prison, I could not gather the evidence which I did got when I was outside. So look at how God works. I have a bad name. A child trafficker, a pedophile, and this was being announced with all the radio, all the television, this girl, this man. And when I came out of that prison, ladies and gentlemen, that's when I bought the building of Saturn. This is not just a joke. A man from prison sold the building which we have in Homside, and the building was mortgaged for 1 million, and we pay 800,000. And we never pay mortgage for 10 years because the judge erred, the bank erred. And that building was sold 3.2 million, and it was 1 million. Deposit was paid 800,000, and that we made profit over 2 million. When the case, when I lost the case in Campbell Court, and the judge ordered they give them the building for them to repossess. The lawyer which Amos brought, I did not go to court, and Kamara, the judge was so upset, the small judge, the magistrate judge. And when they brought this, that the order that the bank has to take the building less than 30 days, I say no, they are not going to take it. I refuse. But I haven't paid mortgage over 10 years. Was I normal? No. I haven't paid mortgage for 10 years because the bank had requested the money back in 3 months. But I wrote to them to let me the reason why they requested the money back. They refused. They never. And in about 7 years later, the white man came to block the building to possess it from the bank. I told him, we will burn you here alive because we don't have a problem with the bank. The bank has never told me that they want their house back, but their contract did not tell me for them to call the money in 3 months. We chased that man away, and he ran. When he ran away, now they go to the court because those were bailies, and the judge gave the order, the building to be repossessed in this particular day. And I went to more than 4 solicitors, they refused. When I went to this lawyer who was a Jew, who had a case, or who in a case about the rape, this lawyer told me, Bishop Deya, there is no case here you will win, because you have not paid the mortgage. If you can get maybe $500,000 to pay, because you haven't paid, I said, the arrears you have is £200,000. I say, you take this to the court, I put appeal, and let the judge decide. If they decide, then I will pull, but don't tell me we can't. And I told him, the judge sent me a letter that I have, after 3 months that I pay mortgage, to pay it all. But I've written this message. They never turn it back to me. I know you are a good lawyer and you win case of rape. Now, please, you just put a file and go. He asked for $3,500. We pay him. He took the case to the court. When we went to the case that day, before even I entered the court, the judges said this bank was wrong. So the building go back to Gilbert Deya, and if you want to arrange to pay with them, it's up to them. They can turn the case again for the first. I left there jumping. And look at this. One single mistake, which the bank did, the Holy Ghost led me to keep that bill not paid until I lost the case in Camberwell, Camberwell Magistrate Court. And then we were able to get the building that we sold 3.2 million. The bank, we were owing them 800,000, no profit was charged. We gave them the money, we remained with the 2.2 million. We ran quickly, we bought Saturn, we put all those lighting, everything, until there was no even 1 penny left. So this is how problem came with a benefit. You need not to fear your problem. I just want to give you encouragement. If I was not moved being in Belmas for 3 months because I was charged as a pedophile rape, and Bishop Lucy come there, I was so thin and very thin, look ugly. But I say, Mama, don't worry. God is the one who make me to be here. So don't bother at all, don't cry. So they were crying, I'm the one telling them to cry. And that is when God's Spirit is taking control of any time you are in a bad situation. If I could have breakdown, and I also feel pity like Bishop Lucy was, just tears, and my son Daniel, because they see me in prison coat, it's a uniform, and I lose more weight. And to me, I'm smiling, but to them, they are crying. So this is how we can handle our things. When we are in trouble, we need to put God, even difficulties, how it is. I went through these things to be an example for you, to give you hope. When you have those minor flu problems, you don't need to panic, because life is one and life is not two. When God has put you in this planet Earth, trust in Him at the time of the tribulation. Trust in Him and the time when things have gone wrong, completely wrong. And that is what I learned, because I learned from the people who successfully passed through tests, and now they do have a testimony. I can't forget how the angel sat the lion's mouth in the lion's den, where Nebuchadnezzar has put Daniel. Daniel went into the lion den, and he slept with the lions, and the lions was his pillow. Because he never panicked, he know God is there. What about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They put them on fire. They said, even you are putting us on fire, we don't care, but we will never bow to serve anything less than our God. And when they were put on fire, there were 3, and the 4th man was there, that is Jesus. So the 4th man will come at any time. We go back to King David, which I wanted to make it clear to you. Those are just few talks which I talk. I will not add them in the message I'm getting today. This is just to prepare you to what I'm here to talk to you about. Ladies and gentlemen, we are loved. We are cared for. Mistake we do, and that mistake is not your end. Don't fall in panic when you did a mistake. You think God will reject you. Know how to go back to Him. That's what David did. David had messed up completely, and 7,000 people were killed. And now himself, he asked God to kill him, because he's the one who's saying, not the Israelis. And then when he had made a sacrifice, wow, the angel turned back the sword. And he made a decision that, now, what will I do? I will serve this God, and they repented. And here is the message. I'm going back out to the YouTube and the Facebook again. Then I'm coming back